Hey, what's going on, guys? We are live, I think. I'm going to have to wait to hear from you guys if we've got audio. I remember that I had some issues with this before, so I'm just going to wait a second and see who jumps in and tells me whether or not they can hear things. But yeah, it's been a very busy RC summer for me. And hey, what's going on, James? Can you hear me all right? Noah's in here as well. How's it going, Noah? Okay, they can hear. Good. One time I used this microphone and it did not have audio, and so I've been afraid of using it ever since. It's been a busy RC summer, but I haven't done a whole lot with the channel, as you guys have probably noticed. I think it's been a week or two since the last upload. How's it going, Grant's RC? So I thought I'd just come on here live and do just a regular old YouTube version of live instead of the ones that I normally do. I'm going to be getting back into the swing of things with that here soon. I really thought summer was going to be busy, and it was, but the busyness was a little bit different than I expected. I expected to do more videos, and the problem is that my kids stay up later in the summer, and so my editing time and all of what I normally would do was in the evening. And so I lost a lot of that extra time and work time that I would devote to doing my videos was spent with my kids watching movies, doing playing Risk, taught them how to play Risk. That's been a lot of fun. And so, yeah, so it's been very busy. I've done a lot with RCs. I've got a lot of projects coming. We've got the build over here that needs to take place. Which I already told you guys what my plan is for that, which is to steal the motor out of the JLB, which is actually under the X-Max up there. Yeah, no, it's been a little while. So I've got things to review. The main reason that you haven't seen videos, however, in the last 2 weeks is I've been renovating. So my whole office was a pit until about, it's still not good. It's still kind of a pit. Hey, Honey Lulu. But my desk was completely covered because we removed all the shelves that were on this wall, these really dark stained shelves. You can see where they were. So I've temporarily got stuff just here. I got to pull it all away. I've got to paint, get all this prepped. I hung up some new just work lighting up here because it was so dark unless I had my studio lights on it. So I was just burning my studio lights when I didn't even need them, just for light, so that I'd be able to work. So I finally cleared off, for the most part, my table of all the junk. How's it going, Francois? I hope your vacation is going awesome, man. And so now we've got a little bit of space here where we can get back to making some videos and working on things, finishing up some projects like this little project you've only seen if you've been, well, on Instagram or following over at Tank's live videos. I've been on those even while I've been away from my channel. But you can see we're working on a new trail truck to be released soon. Got a bumper coming in the mail to kind of finish that thing out. I've got the mud truck up on the bench because I'm sizing it up actually to print some stickers that somebody ordered for that same body. So I've actually got to get some cutouts going here, which I can actually do while we're doing this. I took this out for a run today. I also helped my mom move the last 2 weeks. And I was in DC working, now that I'm working again. So it's just been busy. But we took this out, this FT011. I think it's a Feilun. This thing is awesome, 4S power. It was a lot of really choppy water, and it was jumping, fun. You can see we put the GoPro on there. So we got footage of that coming. So that's good news. But yeah, I've got to get all that, my charge station, all that set up. I finally got a real post leg when I was coming home from DC for work. I stopped in at IKEA to get a center post. I don't know why when I bought this 10 years ago or whatever, I didn't think I needed a center post, but it's bowed. And so, yeah. Anyway, I'm making more room. I'm also working, so I had to tear into all this. That's why I've now got my editing set up over here, which is still kind of trash, but I'm currently working from here when I can, and this is a little hideaway desk that we just picked up at Home Goods or something, and then my server where I put all my videos in the end in the Drobo. I don't really edit or do anything off this Mac Mini because it's been so slow. But that was another project I just tackled. I'm running it now off of a USB hard drive. It's SSD. I had an extra SSD hard drive, 500 gig, that I've slapped into here running USB, and so I'm actually running that now. Much snappier. But you can see all the stuff that came off the shelves is just kind of stuck here for now. This is actually just a prop from movie making. It's just a toy baby gun. But yeah, so it's been a work in progress. And you know, this pretty much has stayed the same. I haven't done much over here. It just gives me a whole lot more room now that I have a workspace here. I didn't need the height of the shelves. I needed the tabletop to be able to work off of and to be able to drop things like these prints that I have here. And that one's done. So I'll be filling all these out with different parts and things, microphones, all my work stuff as well. I've got camera equipment, and I got a shoot tomorrow that I've got to go out to for a disabled children's home. I do a shoot for them, photography to help them fundraise and all that. But yeah, I've got all my drawers here. I'll start filling with screws and parts so that I can get over here and start installing some things. Noah, when's the next video coming out? Dude, you're on it right now. This is literally the next video coming out because you're on it. I picked up an orange receiver I'm going to try out. We just had a camping trip, guys, with some a group I'm on Facebook. It's a small group of guys that's been selected to be in it, just to keep it small, keep the opinions, you know, just keep it tight knit, and it's like a family. And so we go every year. We go camping, whoever could make it. And so we were running, and I needed my receiver out of here. Yeah, James, I don't know what happened, man. It's because I'm not on AT&T, and we didn't have. James is saying he missed us, and I didn't get to let him know that we were gone, so or that we were up there. I had no connection while we were there. So I have footage from that, crawler footage. I ran my CCx10, my Jeep, my old one, ran fantastic. We've got bashing, we've got planes, drones, all that stuff coming. So there is a lot coming. I got the boat footage from today. So anyway, the Gravedigger needs a new receiver. Well, I was looking to buy one. I didn't want to take... we went to drive, and luckily I checked my CCx10 before we got going, and the receiver, and it was dead. Probably from the mud runs that my son and I had done with it when we were doing tests for the mud truck here. We ran the CCx10. So I stole out the receiver from here, and so I needed a new one. I figured I would give these a try. People have talked about them. I just want to know. Noah, it should be coming out hopefully soon. I got lots of stuff going on. I've got work stuff I'm working on in the evenings right now, for video production stuff. I have a trip coming to Latvia. I'm trying to get all that wrapped up. But I also have this shoot tomorrow. Then I got to edit the photos and get those up to them before I head out of town. But I'm hoping I'm going to edit one of them, start tonight. I got to go to sleep early enough. I got an early shoot. I got to be at the location of 7 for basically a 12-hour day of shooting. And so I've got camera stuff charging and packed up sitting over here, cameras ready to go. But yeah, so this thing should be up again and running as soon as I put that receiver in. Got the new Venom batteries we were trying out on this camping trip as well. Their new drive line of batteries is what they're calling them. And so they're all run off of XT60s. And they made these cool Uni 2.0 connectors. And so you can go from XT60 to Traxxas, both the Traxxas, the ID and the old plug, to EC3 and to Dean's plugs very quickly. And I actually use these in the boat to go from my old drone batteries that came with the original DJI Phantom, they're 2200 3S, and I put those in the boat, but I needed to go down to Dean's, and I had the adapter luckily, so that was cool. So yeah, so that Oh no, your JLB is broken. James, what were you saying? You got a bunch of stuff broken, you just said. Only thing running is your SCX-10 Your eRevo is still broken. Yeah, no, man, I'm definitely working on some stuff. I can actually come over here maybe and show you guys some of the stuff I've got still in the can for you guys, waiting to go. Actually, here's the boat footage. Some of it that we just shot today. Right away. Put that thing on its back. But it was ripping through these waves. It's hopping like crazy. But it was jumping, hopping, skipping, having a blast with the boats. We took 3 boats out there. What else did I have? CCxRC video. So here I've got camping trip, the Venom Drive batteries. I just did a Venom video for them talking about their new batteries. The self-riding boat, that's the one that we just did, the Pentium. And so that was in here as well. But yeah, the camping trip, we've got drones, we've got crawling, lots of crawling stuff. Going through mud here. There was mine. Rocks. I'm just kind of skimming through. I just want to give you a little teaser. So you know there's a lot of stuff that is shot. This is frozen right there. I wonder what I did. Maybe I set the camera down while it was on. Here we go, going through some of the mud. Really cool trails that we were on. Lots of different types of terrain. Trying to see, here's a cool puddle, yeah. I actually broke something here when I was trying to climb that hill and it fell off it. Yeah, but just up ahead of here was a mud hole that we had to all go through. So that was fun. Anyway, I haven't gone through all the footage yet. I've got a lot to go through, but that's a quick teaser of what we had going on there. Those trails are in the Charlottesville area of Virginia, and so we've been up there the last 2 years now. And then at the end of the trip, we take my camper up. We park it at a school, middle school, I think. They got a track and everything, and so we'll do drones and planes and kind of just bash through the yard there. The grass was a little too long this year to actually get the bashers out, so that was kind of a bummer. You could run them through the parking lot, but you couldn't really run on the grass like we did last year. And last year they had like some kind of a dumpster there that was empty, and we were doing backflips inside of that. That was a lot of fun. So, but yeah. Yeah, and if you're in Florida, Noah, then you're not gonna probably come there to shoot or to run. But there's a lot of cool places to go. The other thing I've got is some Freestyle RC parts to put together. These, I think, are the sway bars for putting on my Son of a Digger when I do their axles on that truck. So that's my plan, is to do Freestyle RC axles on my custom-made chassis, SMT10 chassis by Southern Builds. So yeah, we're keeping very busy. The channel hasn't been super active, like I said, but I've been moving my mom, playing with my kids, running RCs, fixing RCs, and not having a whole lot of time to edit videos. So I had my cousins over. We ran them. We didn't even record anything. So James is asking, are monster truck racing stuff starting back up? Yes, they are. In fact, I think they have a cookout starting it all out this coming weekend. I'm hoping to be at that. So yeah, the racing is starting back up very soon. I know in September they've got races as well. So they have a whole fall series that we're going to do. And hopefully my work travel won't keep me from doing a whole lot of that. I'm not sure. I'm going to be traveling again for work. And so I work from home. And so that makes it kind of tricky too, because, you know, I end up working more and working in the evenings on stuff that I'm working on. I just keep going. So yeah, we'll see how that all works. And I'm gonna have to put the brakes on and then still want to work in this office space more, I guess, if that makes sense. Before I'd be working at an office, and then at the end of the day to come up here was not a big deal. But if I'm up here working all the time, hopefully that doesn't keep me from wanting to come out and come back up and do more. So I've got some more things to unbox here. I've got this. Actually, it looks like a really cool looking truck. I like the body styling on this one. Looks like the WL Toys buggy, off-road buggy. And then there's another one sitting in a box over there, over that way. So I don't know if I lost the comments. There we go. Noah's asking if my sons are enjoying school. They don't actually go back till September, and so they've got a little bit of time left. James is saying his new job is limiting him as well. I totally get it, man. I'm trying now to find out. I lost the thing for flipping the camera. Oh yeah, so over there is where the other RC to unbox is. So I definitely feel like there's a whole lot more space. That dark wall of cabinets that were over there really was heavy to look into, and so it's just much brighter looking over there. It just seems so much bigger, and so I'm gonna like this space a lot more as it gets completed. I'm not super organized. I'm not the most organized person ever. In fact, the second you start introducing bins and boxes, I'm so worried about not knowing what to put in them that I almost never put something in them. And so that's where the little bins and stuff don't really help me out. If I can have a space to be able to put stuff in and just kind of stack it, I'm better off that way, I'll be honest. I don't know why my brain works that way. I wish it didn't. I wish I was much more OCD about things. Hey, how's it going, Rogers? But maybe you guys have tips for that. Maybe some of you are very organized. I've seen some of your rooms and some of your stuff, and you guys are very detail-oriented, much more than myself. So, yeah. I've got a couple things I'm working on with the prints and stuff. And, yeah, so that's kind of where I've been using a little bit of my time. So I've got t-shirts and stuff that I've been having to make and send out, as well as I've been doing some stencils and stuff for some people for some of their trucks. I lost a few comments here. Roger's just saying, Ola from Brazil. Very cool, man. Noah's asking for a shout out in the next vid. I don't usually do shouts except in the live videos because they're not super what's the right way of saying that? They don't age well. They're very in the moment, and so I try to keep videos as much as I can so that they're kind of evergreen when I can. And so you can ask some of even my best buddies. I don't usually, unless it's specifically a shout out video or a thank you video, I don't usually just insert them into the videos themselves. I always find that it kind of dates things if you make things too specific. Joey Gargro posted a no limit, and that means that he's probably talking about the cookout or racing coming up. So there's, speaking of the race stuff, I've got to get all of mine back in shape. My servo is dead on the bog hog, so I've got to get that thing running and working like a champ again. That was my 2.2 Max D truck, and so I want to keep it as that, but also be able to convert it to the bog hog when necessary. So I finished up the tires on that, and that truck is ready to go and do some mud bogging as well when we get more of that kind of racing coming this way. So I just wanted to give you guys an update because it's been a while and since we did a live video, and it's been a while since I could just kind of share some of this information of kind of what stuff is coming up. And I didn't want to do it in a short video because YouTube stuff, usually I want it to be more thorough. But I'm going to start using some of the other ones. James Price says his SMT isn't fixed still, needs to get back on it. So someone's asking, Noah's asking how I rate the Badlands. I think Badlands are awesome. I think the Badlands that I got for my Revo are too big. I keep breaking the drive shafts, and so now I've got to get metal drive shafts, I think, for my Revo, because it seems like every time I go out I'm busting them. So yeah, so there's that. I thought I had something else on the desk here that I was working on. Oh, not really. There's something I'm trying to keep tabs of for myself. These are my XT60 to EC5 connectors. So if I want to run them on my X-Max, I can run these. I've got another one of these coming in the mail. The 5,000 milliamp hour 3S battery, since I only run a 3S. However, if you have a 4S, 8S capable X-Max, they make a specific battery now that's huge. I think it's 9,000 or 10,000 milliamp hour. And actually Venom's doing a competition right now for it. If you go to their Facebook page, you can win a set of them. And they're expensive batteries. They're like $200 batteries each. And so for people that drive that, it's a great opportunity to win some awesome batteries for your rig. So I think they want you to make a video or something. I don't remember all the rules, so I don't want to get in trouble for not quoting them properly. So check it out on their Facebook page. I also have it listed on my Facebook page. It's linked over. I'm trying to think if there's anything else other than kind of explaining why there's no videos coming. Down in the garage, I've got a bunch of stuff that's getting worked on. That's not on the shelves. Shaman's on. He's saying, good to see you live. How's everything? Coming in late. Everything's good. Just explaining why I've been away from live videos and videos right now, just because of getting the new job, my kids being home for the summer, that kind of stuff. JB says, I enjoy your videos. You've got me back into monster trucks again. That's awesome, man. So, yeah. And then Connor Marsh is just making fun of me. Says, wow, a whole 9 people. So, yeah. If you don't do live consistency, consistently, you don't have people in here. But I'm grateful for the people that are in here. It'll be live, or it'll be non-live for people later on that are kind of wondering what's going on. But I think that's it, guys. Unless you have any questions. And I've got to get back to my project here, making these decals for a truck. That's cool, Connor. Glad to hear that we got you into RC. That's kind of what the goal is of this channel. More than anything, we're just having fun playing with RCs, and when we can, we make videos for you guys, showing how fun it can be to play with RCs. I'm really battling the shadows here of the overhead lighting that I put in here for basically for working on the table without having to use the big lights. But Bigfoot's still running awesome. I got the zombie running again, and most of these trucks run here, so that's good. Gentlemen, yes, there's unboxings coming. Unboxing. I'm actually saving up for something big. I don't know what right now, but I'm saving up money, whether it's for a truck or for building out a truck or upgrading one, or I don't know what yet. But I'm looking at some things. I'm trying to decide whether I do like something like buy a Revo or some of the, or not a Revo, buy a Rustler, or some of those early ones that or early on ones like starter ones to kind of show people what they get out of the box for a Traxxas from the store and how well they run on their brushed motor system. So that's one thought, is kind of looking at their new lineup. There's that new Arma that came out, the Sentin, that's I think 3S, 4S capable. It's brushless. It's not their 6S BLX system, but they have that new one. So I'm thinking about that. I've been wanting to save the money up for a low C 5T potentially, a big old gas-powered truck. I'm tempted by like the Cross RC stuff. I've been seeing the Cross RC trucks, the military trucks, and those tempt me. In fact, you can walk into our hobby town right now, and they've got the Toyota truck that's all cut out and all that, and that thing looks awesome. It's like $550 for a kit, but the kit comes with pretty much everything you need to run it, and it's all like the hop-ups, so that looks really awesome. It's the upgraded version of that Toyota truck with the working winch and aluminum transfer cases and everything. It's just top-notch looking. So that has my attention. So there's a lot of things that I'm kind of looking at, weighing in on. I saw Dollar Hobbies was popping in here. How's it going? James Price saying the Red Cat 8S monster truck caught his attention. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. I've always wanted a Creighton. I still kind of want a Creighton. And yeah, I don't know. I wish that the Creighton was something that could be run in the monster truck stuff, but they don't have a class for anything that has that center diff, which is kind of a bummer because so many people have those Creightons, and a class for that would be pretty cool. Still just dig my X-Max. I've thought about maybe upgrading it, but I'm happy with it at 6S, so yeah, I'm not sure. Dollar Hobby is saying they're going to be selling all Cross RC stuff soon as well. Yeah, they're really hitting the markets here, which is what makes me really want to do it. I've not really been a huge eBay person. However, I will say that all of the upgrades that I got for this are from RCDM on eBay, 3D printed. So the mirrors, the top plate here, and the bed, and then it came with these little hang down pieces here. You can see kind of stiffen up the body, as well as a rear stiffener that's running right there around the inside to kind of keep that from cracking when you crash. So we kind of hopped this one up. I've got a light bar that I've got to get working that's going to fit in here from RC 4-wheel drive. I've got a bumper coming, a metal bumper that's going to go on the front of it. And I've got a truck that this is going to sit on when it is finished. So my buddy Jeremy is actually working on that and helping me get everything aligned in the right wheelbase and all of that. So somebody's asking plans for a driver, Jamin RC. Would you believe that I actually got one of the Sergeant Slaughters from Walmart the other day? That's who I plan to have driving it. There's actually an interior for this thing. Let me go over here. That slides up inside here. And this is what will mount onto the original body posts of the truck. And so it'll sit on the chassis like that, and then this will actually just mount onto here. And this has two seats that sit here that are somewhere on this table, I believe. They're somewhere in this mess as we've been working on all this. I need to find them. But they're just two seat backs. Here they are. That'll mount up on here. And so this was the other thing that I got from RCDM as part of this. And these seats come with the mounting bracket here. I don't know exactly where they sit. Probably up on this ledge. So yeah. And then this will sit right on top. So it's a pretty slick design that he's come up with. And I think these are like carbon fiber rods. So it's pretty lightweight. And it's all tied together. Just another way to keep that body rigid is by putting these together so that it won't flex. They're very stiff, so yeah. So those are the updates from here. What are you guys working on? Let's hear in the comments maybe really quickly different projects that you're working on. Dollar Hobby saying they've got a ton of stuff in the corner there for review. That's awesome. Jamin was saying it turned out awesome. Noah's RC says he's working on his GLB Cheetah. That's a good reminder, Noah, because I need to order new front diff for mine and for one of the guys that was at the camping trip. We both were flipping them and stuff and burned out our front diffs. Bad landings. I'll attribute it to that. There really weren't any jumps, and so we were trying to make it do stuff that it shouldn't do. And we got video coming, so yeah, we were just destroying stuff. I'll tell you what, though, the Champ car, other than those low-C rally cars, which, you know, I wish they'd bring those things back now. I wish I'd have known that they were that awesome when they were out, because I'd have totally gotten one new and told everybody about it, because it's the most fun car to drive. But the now discontinued, it looks like, it's the V-Car SCTX10 short course truck. That thing just took a beating over and over and over, running on 3S. I gave it to everybody to run. They'd never run it. They're slamming into people. The only thing that happens is that the body clips, they actually, if I look here, they actually kind of slide in and out. So they're kind of a mount into this piece. And so they just slip out, but I've got them in my toolbox. I just had to put them back in and tighten the Allen down again, and it's good to go. That's the only thing that was going wrong with that truck. Nothing broke. It's actually neat because the links up in the front are on the cups, and so they just pop off. So instead of something breaking, that's the first thing that goes, is that little cup, just that arm or steering link just pops off. You just kind of clip it back on, and you're good to go. And so I don't even think that happened there, but I gave it to my 10-year-old nephew this weekend to run, and he just crashed it and flipped it and beat it up. Nothing happened except for that cup thing again. I popped it on one time, and it just kept going and going and going. And so that truck has been, I think, one of the coolest things and the toughest, and the beat, you know, you could just beat it up. And for its best bang for the buck, basher, I would say. And it just handles really well as well. I mean, I think it flies really well through the air. It does really great, especially if you know how to control them, because it can backflip. So, Dollar Hobbies is talking with some people here. They're working on a few vids. Very cool. Talking about they've got their new indoor track. That's awesome. John RC says, will there be Angry Gorilla decals available? That's not something I have readily available. I did actually just put in a new order for CCxRC stickers, the ones that I send out to everybody, the long-lasting, really well, you know, printed ones, screen printed vinyl. I got more of those coming. I did find the ones that I'd been missing and I knew I had, and I just thought it was maybe out, but I found them in like a milk crate in my minivan with tools and stuff. So I must have been carrying them somewhere and they fell into that thing, because it's mainly stuff for my trailer, like tie downs and all that. So I did find those, so I have a few, but I did order another batch of them that are coming. But the Angry Gorilla ones are ones that I won off on the vinyl printer, so you know, hit me up on Facebook. We can work something out there. But yeah, it's not something I just have stock on or of. But yeah, anything else? Noah's RC is asking if I'm thinking about getting the Revo 2.0. I've thought about it. It's not on my top of my list. RC Voodoo jumped in and said hello. What's going on, Chevy man? Yeah, I've gotten some great deals from Dollar Hobbies as well. Done some videos with the products that I've gotten there. And they get it in the mail quickly. I like it. So I don't know if that's it for the comments or the questions. Chevy man, he's been busy as well. I'll tell you what, summer is a busy time. It's not like being a kid in school anymore, getting the summer off. I feel like summer is busier because you've got all the extra activities going on. Pool time, all that kind of stuff. You know, kids being out later because they don't have to go to school in the morning, and yeah, it's been brutal again. And then I started working again, and so I've been traveling, getting all that stuff squared away, and so it's good. Dollar Hobbies just gave away an e-Revo today. That's pretty awesome. Jaman's asking, why is my shelf missing rigs? There's one of them it's missing. There's the other one it's missing. And then I've got some down in the garage because I just went camping and it all came back muddy. And so I got to clean a lot of it, to a degree. You know me and cleaning RCs. Doesn't happen, but every once in a while. Took the plane up. That thing is fun. I took that bird up that's up there, that little P-51. That thing was so much fun. And quick. That's a little brushless plane. And that thing is just, it's awesome. We were running two of those types of planes. The UMX planes here. So mine's the P-51D, and so it's the BL. And man, first flight out of it was just awesome. Just couldn't wait to get it back up again and again and again. So luckily my buddies had extra batteries, and so I got to fly it a few times. And I tried to chase it with the Mavic. Unfortunately, I think I hit the picture button instead of video. So no one asked if I've had the MT410. I have not, but that's an awesome truck. So yeah, Noah's RC says, seems like I like Star Wars. I do like Star Wars. I like Lord of the Rings. I like anything that's kind of like not anything, but I like a lot of things where they've got these kind of alternative universe or, you know, kind of an epic story behind them. But yeah. So Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, basically things where they've built out a whole new world. I just kind of like that and kind of being immersed in it. So, have I watched The Flash? I have not watched The Flash. I actually don't watch a lot of TV, surprisingly. I'm just too busy to. Honey Lulu says she's going to Dragon Con in 16 days. That's awesome. What's going on, Shen's RC? I actually like the kid stuff too. Like, I mean, I'm huge into. I love the Kung Fu Panda series. Those are just fantastic. So I watch movies every once in a while, but I'm not a huge movie critic or fanboy or anything like that. I've got my few that I like, but typically I watch. I don't know, sports and stuff that I don't have to pay attention to. You know, I can just have it on while I'm editing a video or, you know, building out a design or something. You see the new J Concepts Golden. Shen RC saying, you see the new J Concepts Golden Year tires for quads. They look awesome. I have not. and I'm going to look at that as soon as I get off of here. Yeah, definitely going to look at that. I need to get into some 3D printing again. Shen is saying they are nice. I would like to actually, I was just thinking about how much I'd like to get another Claude the other day. Dollar Hobbies is asking for the chat, what do you guys think of the Traxxas new Slash rocking a 4-wheel drive brush Slash? I just saw that they did the 4-wheel drive Slash with the graffiti paint job. And so I think he's saying it's a brushed, not brushless. And they're doing it in 4-wheel drive. And so that's a first for them. All of their 4-wheel drive were always brushless. So I saw the email. I haven't looked that closely at it, to be honest. I saw the new paint. Yeah, so they are using brush motors. And so I think that's cool. I think that it allows people to upgrade to what they want to put in it, for one. But I think it gives people the ability to enter into the hobby and into the short course trucks, so the Slash in particular, at a 4-wheel drive that doesn't break the bank for them. And so I don't think that's bad at all. I kind of think that's a good thing. I think that's what's great about what Arma did. And I think so, in some ways, you know, who's kind of Traxxas' biggest competition? Arma? I mean, they're making bashers and stuff that aren't really meant to be raced or used other than by hobby, you know, people just playing around in their yards, kind of like what Traxxas does. So I think that it's pretty cool that they're actually going to offer that instead of only having the 2-wheel drive and the brushless, or brushed, sorry. I'm trying to pull that email up right now as we're talking. So I remember it coming through, and I just looked at it not that long ago. Yeah, here it is. Came out at 6 o'clock. Says it's going to be in the stores in late August. So new low price. Let's see if they'll let us learn more here. So Arma just released the Sentin 4x4s and stuff that they did that was brushed 4x4 for like $290 or some $299. So Traxxas is saying, you know, that they're gonna compete, and so they've now got one for $320. And so I actually like their splatter paint job bodies. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the green and blue as much as the other one, but I think that's pretty cool. I actually don't mind the green and blue either. So you're getting less power. Turn XL5. It doesn't have any heat sinks or anything like some of the old ones used to. How's it going, Wayne? Just checked in. So yeah, I don't see, are they giving like top speed stuff that they typically do? Not really. Yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty cool. Because what's the next price up that they do? That's the question, is what is their other entry level before that? If you're going to get into their Traxxas Slash in a 4x4, I think they were running $400 to get in. I'm trying to find one here. So they're Ford Raptor. So that's the new one. They say 65 plus miles per hour. That's going to take some upgrading to hit that. So they've got a Slash VXL for $339, but that's their 2-wheel drive. Nitro Slash, and then they've got the onboard audio one, but that's still two-wheel drive, I believe. Yeah, two-wheel drive, and that's $389. So if you're going to get into their 4x4, it started at $469. Nope, $429, sorry. For their Platinum/Platinum. Or their /4x4. And those are only saying go 60 miles an hour, 60 plus. So it's kind of odd that they say that their brushed version goes 65 plus miles an hour when their 4x4 VXL 3S system goes 60 plus. Wonder how they do that math. Or am I looking at a different one? I'm looking at a different one. What one said it was 65 plus? They don't make it easy to go through their stuff. 16/4x4. Oh, maybe I saw. Oh, I see what I was doing. It was the Stampede is where I was seeing it. So I was looking at it like this. Whoops. Come on now. Oh yeah, I was looking at the Stampede above it. And somehow tying that to the one below. So yeah, it doesn't list the speed there. My bad, my bad. They do have a nice lineup though. I'll give them that. Not a huge fan of the tactical body, but most of their stuff I like. I like their bodies. The Desert Racer body looks awesome. The new Broncos, the Defenders, the Slash bodies are great. Stampede 4GT. I mean, when you look at it, it just looks very impressive. I love their Fiesta. So, anyway. I don't know what you guys were saying. I was busy looking away. Going back up. Arma is only $219. Wow, it's $100 cheaper. Did they drop the price on that? Because it used to be $250. Chevy Man says his was a entry-level Stampede. I think for $420. I hit the my entry level was $330, $329, and that's what I got for the two-wheel drive Stampede Gravedigger back then, back in the day. SoCal 760 says, "Are the X Maxes worth the money?" I only paid. What did they come out at? $799 for mine. Now I think they're $900. But they're more capable, but at the time it was capable for the cost. You know, it's $900. I think they're amazing. That's first of all. Let me just say, I think X Maxes are amazing. If you want something that large with that much power, then you're going to have a blast with it. If you don't need it to be that big, you can get a really awesome car for $600, $500. So it's really the size that you're really starting to pay for because you need bigger motors and everything. Gentlemen, man, get some sleep. Dollar Hobby saying you want to run it hard, you want to run it every day. X Max, I agree. I hardly ever break anything on my X Max. In fact, it's mainly stock, ESC stock, motor stock, pinion stock, spur gear stock. I had to replace a front diff. It's actually like the outer ring on it because a kid hit my house full speed. And so that's the reason I had to get that fixed. But typical bashing, all of that. I've broken a couple arms. They're super cheap. $15. Not super, but they're cheap and they're super easy to put on. I put a new bumper on because I had it And tires are kind of expensive. I would say change those out because the cost of these and the durability aren't on par. So, you know, maybe look at getting the Pro Line setup that they've got there. They've got pretty awesome bead locks and all that. I've cracked the rims on this thing, probably 4 rims I've cracked on it now, launching it and all that. It's my favorite truck by far. Still is. I really now do like the Losi DBX LE. And I actually think I know where I might have broken that cage. Somebody reminded me about my snow bash that I did. And it might have been the cold that would have been when that maybe initially cracked that back part of that cage when I was jumping it and crashing it. So that's possible. Because I kept saying, how did this break so easily? And so that might have been the problem. Is it might have been that I'd had it in the snow and the cold, and it might have made it more brittle. But overall, I mean, it's been pretty durable, other than the chassis issue that I had. Did have servo issue, but I drove it into a curb at 35 miles an hour, something like that. And so even with the servo saver, it just took too much heat. The impact was pretty brutal. I was showing off for my buddy that was in town. It was one of my old high school buddies, and I was like, man, it's so cool. Watch this. He'd power slide this corner and just gun out. But yeah. So I'm with Dollar Hobbies there. They're saying recommend to all drivers who are buying new RC trucks, drive it out of the box and replace as they break. Don't think you need a new ESC out of the box or other things out of the box. I mean, why not? Even if you buy it with the intention of upgrading it to, you know, a big, huge castle system or whatever you want to put into your X-Max, why not use what's in there until you have to replace it? Unless you really have to have that speed, it doesn't make sense to me because it's pretty killer out of the box, in my opinion. They had some ESC issues, which is why mine, even though I kind of ordered it early when they first came out, was, you know, one of the first to order. Mine wasn't the first batch that came out. Mine, I was in the waiting list, put me on the second batch, and that was delayed because of the ESC issue, and they did that little patch that they did with the wiring. And so I've had that thing since they came out, and I just keep running it and running it, running it, and running it. So it's been a great truck, and I hope to keep running it and running it and running it for a long time without having to do much to it other than fix little things that I break on it. I haven't taken anything apart. I did buy new shock springs, but I haven't put them on. I got new shock oil, haven't refilled them. I mean, it is stock diff grease or whatever they put in there. Haven't done squat to it other than run it, and it's been a champ. Chevy Man saying the new eRevo 2.0 is based on X-Max parts. Some of it, yes. Some of it off the old Revo. But if ask James Price, who was in here earlier, he had some issues with it. And his broke first time out. Yep, Dollar Hobbies is right on, saying tires is the only thing he recommends, but after you split the OEM tires. And if you're running the 8S1, you're going to probably destroy those tires even faster. Chevy Brother Outlaw says he bought a used Telluride roller for $130, converted to a Street Bruiser Stampede 4x4. That's awesome, man. 3 props is in here. What's on the new list? Nothing new. Just a few small things and lots to do. It's what it is. I don't know if he's still here. New videos coming, so that's one thing. But yeah, I got new stickers coming in the mail. New office space that I'm working on, and it's going to be a little bit of a time working on it. But yeah. And so Dollar Hobby is saying he personally ordered the new Proline trenchers for his personal X-Max today. So there's a good recommendation. I know a lot of people that are running those. The body on the X-Max, I ran mine till recently. This one was given to me, by one of you guys on YouTube. Saw my dilapidated body that had no bed on the back of it. It was like totally ripped out, and sent me one. And 3 Pop saying he's got a ton to do after a bash session at the campground, which we'll have video of very soon. I've got the video on my computer to edit, and so yeah, that'll be coming. And 3 Props was one of the guys that I was camping with. We did drones and all that. I think we both destroyed a drone. None of mine really worked well. My Detroit multi-rotor was running awesome until the screws came out of one of the motors, and I hadn't been checking it. Even though I had Loctited it for whatever reason, that they worked themselves out. I was doing like power loops through a backhoe that had been left at the school, and crashing and all that. But yeah, the other ones had motor issues, like they weren't spinning right and the bearings were just shot, and so I think that they all need to be worked on quite heavily, and so I might just part them out at this point. But and the Detroit multi-rotor one, actually I broke the frame, cracked it and all that when I crashed when the motor came off, and they don't make that one anymore, so I gotta order a whole new one. So I'm gonna have to get, they have a new 3-inch one, I think it's called the Doberman, and so that's what I'll be looking at, is the 3-inch Doberman from Detroit multi-rotor, just because I like that 3-inch that I had so much. I'm just gonna get another one from them, so that'll be coming. Getting back into drones probably here, because that was a lot of fun flying those, and so I just needed that little boost to get me back into it. So I've ordered some new drone batteries for my whoops and all that, and I'll be flying those as well. So there's a lot of RC stuff coming, and I'm looking at what to be getting, and I've got a few things that I've ordered. I'm still trying to find a ZRD Freestyle RC, and you know, that's the one chassis that I really want, and they're all basically custom made. There's very few of them out there, and they're hard to get your hands on when they were available. I don't think he's making that one anymore. I think he's got a new one coming out, Josh at Freestyle RC. And so I don't want the Pro C chassis. I want the one that looks like a truck, and the other ones are built more for racing, and I want the one that just looks like it's an actual chassis from a monster truck. And I'm trying everything I can to get my hands on one of those. If I do that, then I'll scrap all my other plans and ideas that I have that I'll be saving up for in order to get one of those. But other than that, I mean, the monster trucks are kind of my favorite thing right now. Dollar Hobbies is asking what's it called. It's Freestyle RC. It's the ZRD chassis. They don't even have it listed really on their website. You can see it in some of the photos, but if you Google it, you can see some really awesome beauty shots of it that they did. But the chassis is just gorgeous. You get their Freestyle RC transmission and their axles on there, and that thing is a tank. So you guys have seen me drive, you know I need to drive a tank. And so I've got the axles. I want to get a black chassis, and I want to make like a metal militia truck. That's kind of what my goal is in trying to get that thing. I really want to do a metal militia truck, and so that's what I want to do. So, Dollar Hobby saying birthday coming up soon. No, and even if it was, they just can't get them. Somebody's got to be now getting rid of one. So I thought I was going to get my hands on one. He said he had them at the Richmond race I was at. And I said I'd give him cash for it at that moment. And he said, well, let's talk later. And then I saw him building it. And so I figured he was giving it to either one of his team drivers or something like that. But it wasn't available. He had a white one, but I didn't want a white chassis. I was being picky. So, but yeah, they're very few and far between at this point to get your hands on. And people that have them hold on to them. Or they know what they're worth and they charge. Or they'll only sell them complete. And if you're getting them complete, you're looking at $900 to $900 to start. And that's probably a roller. But yeah, as a fully completed truck, RTR without probably the radio stuff, you'd be looking at upwards of over $1,000 bucks. So yeah. But anyway, guys, we've been going an hour. I didn't call this the RC hour because I only planned to be on here for 15 minutes or so. But typically we do the live as the RC hour, and it'd be a little bit more set up than this. But I just want to kind of let you guys know that we're here. And going to be doing a lot more RC stuff. And yeah, we'll be trying to make as many videos as we can in the future, even with the new job and the travel and all that. We'll be going back to like kind of like it was a couple of years ago when I was starting, and I was still doing a lot. And so that's what we're looking for. I just want to let you guys know where the ride is going, why we've been paused for the last 2 weeks, and that it wasn't because we've given up on the hobby, but we've been doing a lot of stuff with the hobby and getting the RCs out like crazy and having fun. And so I hope you guys are too. The heat is also another factor here in the summer, so it's harder to get out for a long time. And so yeah, when you get outside, you start instantly sweating, and the motors overheat, and the temps get way too high. And it's been raining like crazy here in Virginia as well. So the grass is really long, and so I mowed it, and it's still thick, and I've got like all this chopped up grass stuck in the bodies that I got to now clean out. So, you know, all that comes with it. It's still fun. You know, the cousins were here, and they wanted to run them, so we get them out and we run them, even if we have to do an extra mow job. So. Yeah, so Dollar Hobby's saying congrats on the new job. Thanks, man. It's awesome to finally be back to work. And you know, I was hoping I'd be able to maybe try and make something out of the RC thing, and that didn't really work out super great. It wasn't too bad. You know, I'm not hurting crazy at this point, even having been off work for 8 months or so. And you know, we had some money, and my wife's got a good job, and so we were doing all right with, you know, the little bit that I was making from YouTube, and the little bit through like affiliate links with Amazon and things like that, through selling t-shirts, and that helped pay for racing and some of that stuff. So but it's time to get back into the workforce and to be making a little bit of money, and, you know, putting money away for my kids to go to college and whatnot. So it's good. It gives me some more money to do stuff with these trucks, other than the stuff that's just been sent to me. It's been kind of what I've been working with, is what I can get for cheap or free. And so it's going to open up a few more avenues to do more things and try things and show you guys some new stuff. So let me know what you guys want to see here coming up in the new year, and we'll do our best to try and make some of it happen. So thanks for tuning in as always, all y'all. Have fun RCing. We'll catch you next time.